Good evening, all my Translinkitarians. This is Busblog number 4. Last week we had Busblog number 3. Many of you wrote in. We had some people write in with some commentary and some feedback. For example, we had one woman write in who wrote in via the Facebook technology where the Busblog lives at the moment. Well, soon be on Geist.com. But we had one person write in and say that in fact they had noticed some smells as well. The smells they noticed were on the number 4 and the number 5 buses. Those are actually West Side buses. But they noticed stale cigarette stench and BO. I have a theory that the bus actually amplifies all smells. Windows create a greenhouse effect. Can't wait for the next bus blog. Well, thank you, Deb. Yes, I agree with your theory. If you, on a hot summer day, if you're in a bus and somebody smells like a certain stench of, cigarettes or just plain old BO, again, you know what to do. Hit them with the Axe deodorant body spray. Or if you can't hit them with the Axe deodorant body spray, then get out the air freshener from 7-Eleven and just hang that around their neck. They'll thank you for it. That's no problem. Okay, so last week I said that I would talk about today's topic, which was going to be kids. But to be honest with you, I don't have any complaints about kids at this point, other than the screaming and the yelling and the crying, which, to be honest, I think is just child talk for mommy. Why are we on this friggin' bus? Anyway, today's topic instead is going to be the SkyTrain. So we want to first review the SkyTrain. For those of you in the Translinkitarian Nation, you're familiar with the SkyTrain. SkyTrain, of course, started in 1986 for Expo, to get people around the Expo premises, which now is basically get people around the Concord Pacific area. But of course, we've had some extensions to the SkyTrain lately. In the last since it started in '86, we've had the extension of the, of course, the Surrey line or the Millennium line. Except, it's taken longer than the Millennium to get the damn thing finished. But of course, it's still going on. So we're now at the King George Mall in Surrey. King George is the last stop. That's right by the Surrey Memorial Hospital there. So if you need to go to the Surrey Memorial Hospital, if you're on the SkyTrain, you're a victim of SkyTrain crime, which is another issue. The SkyTrain does conveniently dead end at the hospital for you. We're also to communities like Coquitlam, and of course, as all my Translinkitarians know, soon we'll be going into Richmond. Now, Richmond, of course, has the most cars per household of anybody in the GVRD in Richmond. We love our cars. We love specifically our Mercedes, our Land Rovers, our BMWs, and our giant minivans, or anything that's an SUV. We love it in Richmond, and we're not about to give it up. And so, for those of you who wonder, why is the SkyTrain coming to Richmond? Well, that's a very good question, and one which I'm sure many of us in Richmond would like to know. The SkyTrain is coming to Richmond because, of course, the Olympics are coming, and with the Olympics, we're going to need something large enough to move people with, and that's the SkyTrain as far as they're concerned. And it's, of course, just a coincidence the SkyTrain actually goes out to the casino on its way to downtown. That's just, these things just happen, and that there was only one route to do this with, so we used, downtown via the casino. No intention there of, giving people an opportunity to piss their money away. No, not at all. Well, anyway, there's a couple other things. The SkyTrain itself is designed, as many of you know, to go from the center of Richmond to the downtown area, which is great, right? Because if you look at the Richmond as a whole, it's a grid, and of course, the largest concentration is not in the middle of the grid where the SkyTrain is going to go. The largest concentration of people is on the periphery. So you have communities like Steveston, you have communities like East Richmond, you have the West Dyke area. That's where I used to live before I moved. We all know about the move from last week. Anyway, so of course, in building the SkyTrain, they decided no, they would not be using the periphery. They would be using the middle, which basically renders the SkyTrain, about as effective as, well, the B line, which, was the precursor to the SkyTrain, and of course everybody jumped on that. Car usage in Richmond decreased rapidly over the course of the implementation of the B line, and the number of Translinkitarians in the Translinkitarian Nation doubled because of the B line service. and how well it got people from the center where absolutely nobody lives to the center of downtown where, again, not very many people live. So the SkyTrain, the other interesting thing about the SkyTrain, of course, is that there's no mechanism in place to make people pay. And the interesting thing there, of course, is that, in the case of other metro stations, those of you who've been to real big cities like New York and Toronto realize full well that, of course, in those communities, you actually have a turnstile you have to go to. In typical Vancouver fashion, we have what we like to call affectionately the honor system. And the honor system basically means, well, hey, if you want to pay, you should probably go ahead and do that. If you don't want to pay, that's totally fine. Really only about 3% of the people who don't pay are ever prosecuted or given a ticket. And let's all be honest, I got a ticket about 5 years ago that I still haven't paid, and nobody's come after me about it. So there you go. Anyway, to review in short, this SkyTrain is going to do, well, not very much for people who really don't even live where it goes. So yeah, that's my review of the SkyTrain. We give it a big old donut for 0 out of whatever possible scale you want to use, 5, 10, 15. 0 is what the old SkyTrain gets. So we're looking forward to that coming in soon, so we can expedite our trips to the casino and piss away more money. Next week on the Translinkitarian Bus Blog, we're going to talk about, I don't know, maybe food on the bus. We'll see. Anyways, hope you've enjoyed this blog, and stay tuned for next week. That is all. Ciao.